to Dunhuang class. I'm Li Yingxin, the lecturer for today's dance class. First of all, today I will guide you to experience the artistic charm of Dunhuang dance. So, first of all, I'm sharing curiosity. What is Dunhuang? What is Dunhuang dance? So, I will show a Dunhuang dance with you.
反弹琵琶舞姿。反弹琵琶一式，横弹二式，下弹三式，一、二，竖弹四式，拧身横弹五式。
The dance I just performed comes from the dance genre Silu Huayu, which is based on the mural in the Mogao cave of Dunhuang. It was precisely because of the occasion of this dance genre that a new dance, Dunhuang dance, was established. Therefore, wherever in Dunhuang dance movements or Dunhuang hand gesture, all come from Dunhuang mural. Okay, next. Today, we mainly have two teaching plans. First, I hope through my explanation you can understand the history of Dunhuang and grasp the Dunhuang gesture that I will teach you next. The second, we will learn Dunhuang 36姿, laying a solid foundation for future study of Dunhuang dance. So, now we study Dunhuang hand gesture. The first hand gesture is called 佛手. When you do this gesture, your thumb and the middle finger press together like this. And this gesture is most frequently used in the Dunhuang dance. The second hand gesture is called 平托掌. Your 5 fingers need to keep together and parallel your shoulder like this, feeling like holding a chain, and this is 平托掌. The next hand gesture is called 抡指. This gesture is most frequently used in the 反弹琵琶. So when you do this hand gesture, you start rotating inward for little finger like this, and the rest downward, and this is 抡指. The hand gesture is called 吹笛手. It is imitating playing a flute, and your apart from thumb and little finger, the outer fingers need to gather together like this. Is 吹笛手. And this hand gesture is called 鹿角式. It's imitating the altar in deer head like this. It's called 鹿角式. And finally, hand gesture is called 撒花手. When you do this hand gesture, you find 5 fingers open, spread open energetically like this, and feeling like a parasol falling from your head, and this is called 撒花手. Okay, now we learn Dunhuang 36姿. So before I teaching you Dunhuang 36姿, I want to remember one point is that all dance movement or hand gesture is come from mirror. So if you have enough space, I hope you can learn together with me. The first posture is called 反弹琵琶. When you do this posture, you'll find your hands need to form the 轮指. We just learned it like this. And your left hand diagonally rests on the left. And the right hand is behind your head like this. If left hand holding a 琵琶, your right hand palm the string like this and following playing a 琵琶. And your left foot is mainly supporting foot. The hip push to the left like this. And your right foot slowly lift as close to your body as possible. This is called 反弹琵琶. Next. This posture is called 盘腿击鼓式, which your hand in a palm shape in the front of your abdomen and feeling like holding a big drum like this. And your left foot still maintain the leg like this. And your right foot slowly flip, and like this is called 盘腿击鼓式. This posture is called 横弹二式, which play in a 琵琶 horizontally. So this posture is very similar to 反弹琵琶. So your right hand need to place behind your head, and left hand is 兰花指 parallel your left shoulder like this. And your right foot rests on the left knee with the left leg slightly bent, and this is 横弹二式. The final posture is called 杯弹式. This posture is come from dance drama 丝路花语, and this posture your right hand need to place back our back, and the left hand diagonally rests on the left. Our left foot is bent and our right foot is straight. Like this is 杯弹式. With that, we have to cover all the content of Dunhuang dance. So, I hope you can understanding of the artistic charm of Dunhuang dance and inspired to learn Dunhuang dance. Thank you for listening. We will see you next time. Hello everyone, welcome to class dance. I'm Li Yinxin, the lecturer for today's dance class. Today I will guide you to understand the Chinese classical dance. So, what is Chinese classical dance? In fact, the Chinese classical dance is not a dance passed down from the ancient time we might think. It was developed after the founding of the People's Republic of China, when dancers practitioners in order to develop and innovate nation dance art, extra from dance material for the richly expressive performance of Chinese opera, conduct research, organization, and refinement, and also incorporates parallel teaching methods. So, therefore, establish a sense of Chinese dance teaching methods. Today, we mainly have two teaching plans. First, I hope to help you gain a certain understanding the corner and 8 key elements of Chinese classical dance. Second, let's experience together how the dancer adjust movement of their body through the breathing while in their performing Chinese classical dance. So, let's study the corner of the Chinese classical dance, which consists of 4 elements: 形、神、静、律. 形 is emphasize the shape of dance in the Chinese classical dance. For example, we often mention like term 子午相 or 三道弯 in Han and Tang dance. This technical term all suggests a dance shape that a performer needs to achieve while dancing. Second, Shen is very important concept in the basic element of body movement in Chinese classical dance. Any art without Shen is essentially a soulless art. Dancers need to use their gaze and breath to express the motions and the movement in Chinese classical dance performance. Therefore, in Chinese classical dance, we often say before the front move, the spirit leaders. Before the front stop, the spirit does not cease. So this is Shen, very important. And the next, Jing in Chinese classical dance refer to the external reasons and the handling of graduate and constructing forms applied to external movements. It is not only present throughout the movement themselves, but also push at the movement when the movement concludes. So whatever in opera, ballet, or martial art routines, the handling of the reasons just before a movement ends in highly valued. The Chinese classical dance is no exception. For example, in Chinese classical dance, 春镜 is a very sweet display like this. 5, 6, 7, 8. It's very quickly. It's called 春镜. Wherever 神韵 is present gradually through your eyes and body like this. Very slowly through your eyes and through your body. It's called 神律. Okay, the next, finally, 律 is encompasses both intrinsic reasons within movement themselves and the ruler or the regularity following during the motion. For example, we have concepts of 正律 and 反律. 正律 means complete a dance movement all at once, like this. It's very complete a dance quickly. Wherever as 反律 means initiating a movement from the opposite direction, like this. You need to opposite and start your movement, like this. It's called 反律. In Chinese classical dance, we have movement partner such as if you want to left, you need to right, like this, right and left. You need to want to up, you need to down, like this, down and up. And you need to want to close, you need to up, open and close. And this is Chinese classical dance movement partners. And there are 4 cones in the Chinese classical dance. Next, we will learn about the 8 major elements in Chinese classical dance. The key 8 elements of Chinese classical dance are 提、沉、含、仰、冲、靠、旁提、横移. But today we are mainly talk about lift and sink. First, let's learn about lift. Now we learn about lift. When you do the lift, you must start from tailbone like this, tailbone, and gradually move up down. So the entire process goes from the tailbone and the laryngeal spine and the third axis spine and the cervical spine and finally your head. At the same time, your breathing should rise along with your body like this. With your body, your breath like this. In addition, your gaze should be follow your head. Follow your head, so slowly moving from the floor and look forward like this. Your eyes slowly, gradually look forward. And this is lift. So, how do we perform the things? Actually, the thing is the reverse of the lift. We just learned this. But remember, the process remains the same from the tailbone to the lumbar spine, then the thoracic spine, the vertical spine, and finally the head. And gradually relaxing your body like this. Relax your body. Your gaze should slowly move downward for a straight line toward the ground. This is our sink, like this. Very slowly, like this. It's called sink. However, I want to emphasize that when performing lift and sinks, it is very easier to rest your shoulder or stiffen your neck like this, which are encouraged movements. Therefore, during the practice, you need to pay close attention to your body and correct this issue properly if they are occur. With that, we have covered all the content for today. I hope you can learn and explain the Chinese classical dance through my explanation and inspire you to learn the Chinese classical dance. Thank you for listening. We see you next time.